It's pour day. We're finally here. We've done our excavation, we've done our grade leveling, we've done our backfill, we've done our formwork, we've done our foam, we've done our plumbing, we've done our in-floor radiant heating, and we've done our rebar. And now it is finally concrete day. We are here. We have Slabco doing the finishing for us, and we have everything prepped ready for the pour. We're just waiting on the concrete trucks. They're running a couple minutes late. No big deal. We're running 25 MPa, no air inside of the house, and 25 MPa with air outside of the house. We've set up a special way to be able to pour both at the same time so we don't have to do multiple pours, bring multiple trucks back. It's just a cost savings for us and it simplifies things. I want to explain to you guys a bit about how concrete works because I get a lot of questions about that. Number one, it's not cement. Cement is an ingredient in concrete, not actually concrete. So using the term cement is incorrect. Cement is a powder. It's made from limestone and it is basically cooked for an extended period of time. And so it's anhydrous. It means it wants to absorb water. So you mix water, sand, stone, and cement, and that's how you get concrete. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can have made concrete so that they do different things depending on what you need. Set up slower, you can make it cure faster. You can add wire mesh, fiberglass mesh, a bunch of different things to help kind of improve the way you're going to use it. This is a very simple mix. This is just concrete with air on the outside and concrete with no air on the inside. So very simple to do. I'm going to take you around, show you a bit about how the pour works, what you can expect, and how everything's set up properly. Come on. When you're doing plumbing that is extending out of the ground, unless you have something raised like a sink or, I don't know, laundry tub, things like that, you want to make sure that you have some room to play with the plumbing when it comes time. So we intentionally box out all of our work. We'll fill it in with concrete later. One of the things we do when we're pouring concrete is we box out a lot of the plumbing that's protruding out of the ground that is needed very close. So for example, this is a bathtub that needs to be adjusted afterwards to make sure it's in the perfect spot. So we intentionally boxed it out. We'll adjust the plumbing afterwards to make sure it's perfect after the framing's done, and then we'll fill it in with concrete later. We don't want to end up in a situation where we've embedded this in concrete and are trying to chip it out to adjust it a ½ inch, or have the concrete kind of bang against it and tip it sideways so it's out of line. So this is one of the things we do to make sure that we have exactly the right position and we can deal with the plumbing later without having huge problems. Let me show you a shower. So this is going to be a curbless shower. We've intentionally built out the entire side of it to make sure that we have enough space. We're not going to be filling this up, or it's going to be slightly lower than the original slab, a couple inches lower to allow us to build a sand bed to be able to slope it to the middle. And then we've also, again, boxed out our plumbing output so that we can adjust the trap and put it in the correct location. So you see that set back from the outside wall. The outside wall will be stood up outside, and then we'll hook up our plumbing, our linear drain in here, and have enough space to be able to slope everything properly to the drain. So that's how we set it up here. We've raised it off the ground. We'll be putting 2 inches of concrete on the inside and 4 inches of concrete on the outside, and then we'll fill the rest in with a sand bed. This is a radiant floor distribution manifold. So we've run all of our lines as per the engineered drawings. They've all come back to this location, and they're all pressurized right now at 80 PSI, so that we know that they don't have any leaks in them now, and that when we're pouring concrete, if we do happen to pierce the line, it's going to make a loud hiss noise, and we know to jump in there, clear the concrete off quickly, put a patch kit on it, get it repressurized, and then we can finish the concrete. So we're not stuck with a situation where one of the lines is dead, because that's not acceptable and it would be a very big complication. So that's what we're doing here. There's actually 4 of these all pressurized around. They've been pressurized for 3 days now. It's not going anywhere. This is a distribution for 200 amp panel. I talked about that in the previous video, so these all be fitting inside. And then we also have our main clean out for this side of the house over here to allow us to scope any of the sewers should anything arise down the road. In order to facilitate the pour on both sides of the exterior wall, we've set up our foam to act as a thermal break between the 2 slabs. So effectively, these are 2 different slabs. We put rebar through to help bind them together. That is an exterior slab that'll be outside the house, even though it's covered underneath the roof. And this will be an interior slab. So this will be heated and this won't, which is why we have our thermal break here. This thermal break is directly under the wall and will carry up through. We'll be doing spray foam insulation in the wall, and everything will be perfectly in line so that we don't have any problems down the road and that we don't have any frost or dew point issues as well. We got all our rebar installed as well. So we have 6x6 welded wire mesh laid down on the ground. As we're finishing the concrete, we're going to be lifting it up. We have a special tool to do that. Just pull it up to make sure that none of it's sitting on the deck. And we've also done our double 15M bar. I think they're called number 6 in America, but 16-inch lap. And so we have everywhere where there's a corner, there's a 16-inch lap on an L angle. And then we've overlapped it right in the corner there. Everything's on concrete blocks to help raise it up off the ground and make sure that it's stable. I think the truck's almost here, so let's get started. All right, so the pour is well underway. Thompson's been dropping off concrete in pretty short order here. We've made our way through, and first thing we do is add concrete to all the thickenings to help bring it up and just help stabilize everything. Our foam on both sides needs a little bit of concrete just to help keep it stable. And so the boys are working over there, pouring a 4-inch slab. They just work meticulously through section by section, not taking on too much more than they can handle at one time. But ultimately it's just about basically placing the concrete, and a good crew is gonna be right on top of the level. They're not gonna have to be pulling in a ton with the rake or anything like that. They're just working their way through. So let's keep it going. So it's been a long day. We got it all done though. We're just finishing up the last little bit of concrete over here. We are standing on our brand new fresh slab. It's already been finished and burnished. We're continuing the finishing on it. It'll continue into the night for the next 5-6 hours. But we've got our slab with no air in it already complete. We've done the garage right behind me. So that's all done. We just need to finish up sloping and finishing. Front porch is all complete. We've sloped it out to the outside to make sure we get a good water drainage. And then this is the back porch here. Again, we're just gonna slope it out to the back. If you come over here, our showers are all set now. They're nice and rough, 2 inches below the current grade, so that we're able to do a sand bed and slope it all to the drain. Drain's in the box there. We need to put our trap in, and then we'll be able to install our linear drain. So, lumber starts tomorrow. It'll be here first thing. Boys will start framing, and away we go. Let's get it vertical. That's it. It's gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.